Good morning, friends. We originally recorded this video yesterday, but I laid my phone down to use the hoe for a minute, and when I came back, it said my phone was too hot, and it was going to close all of my apps, which just pretty much was par for the course yesterday because even I got too hot. So before we get started on what the video was about, I want to show you, not a good picture, but these are the grapes. Hubs was worried. He'd never pruned grapes before, and he was worried that he had pruned them too much and they weren't coming back. But as you can see, we've got all kinds of little grapes coming on. So he is just flat out tickled. So I'll give you a hint. This is what we did yesterday. We got the big boy out and we tilled one more time. And we started planting potatoes. So here's how I do potatoes. See how there's already hills? Some of my best gardens have been hilling everything. So I hill my corn, I hill my potatoes, I've hilled my tomatoes. And the reason I do that is because the water, this spot right here is a little wet, just where these two rows are. So by doing it this way, the water will stay down in these trenches and not flood out my potatoes and rot them. And what I do when I plant my potatoes in these hills is I come up a few inches above where that trench is. Look at all the rocks. And that's just the ones that I got as I was putting them in. We already picked up pails and pails. But then I put my potatoes in here a couple inches above where that trench is, and that'll keep them from rotting. So let me show you what I got going on. Yesterday I did our Yukon Golds. Today I'm going to do our Chieftains. So we have a bag of seed potatoes. Every year we do an experiment. So we had great success with the Chieftains and the Yukon Golds last year. And we're going to do them again this year, but here's our experiment. I turned off the heat in our basement, shut down all of the registers overhead, and I packed up the potatoes that were too small to eat. So what I do is, now we've already taken some of the stuff off of this. We do a layer of burlap, a layer of sawdust from the workshop, and a layer of potatoes. And see what we get? So our experiment this year, we're going to do a row of these. And if these produce as many or more than what we bought, we won't have to buy seed potatoes anymore. So here is so what we'll do is, see if you can see this morning, guess who gets to make more hills? And that's actually straight, it's just the angle I'm at. There you go. Here's my secret weapon for potatoes. Castor beans. So these are some seeds I saved from last year. If you'll notice on the top, see how I put don't eat? Castor beans are poisonous, so you don't want to eat them. But what I do is I'll plant some sporadically down through these rows, and that keeps the mice and the chipmunks from digging out my potatoes and eating them, because it's poisonous to them too. They know it, so they'll stay away. It's not like we're out here killing a bunch of mice and moles and chipmunks. But as you can see, I put my little thing in the ground where I ended. And I actually have to go this much further with potatoes. And then the rest of this is corn and pumpkins. So what we'll do is we'll do in this row here, white pumpkins in with the corn. And we'll do a couple rows over, we'll do maybe some Cherokee tans or some of our sugar pie pumpkins, or I got some other fun pumpkins for the grandkids. And then we'll go a few more rows over before we do any more pumpkins. So imagine, because last year, all of this was pumpkins. So all those little squash vine borers that are waiting to come out and eat my pumpkins can kiss my grits, because they're going to find a big surprise when they come out. And that's one of the big things about crop rotation, is you want to make sure that you confuse some of those pests. Oh look, I have a helper. I guess I need to quit and start helping him, but I wanted to show you one more thing real quick, and then we're going to get back to planting potatoes. And it's over here. This will be our first year getting peaches off of our peach tree, and this sucker is loaded. All right, so I'm gonna plant some potatoes. We have a friend, see it over there? There's our water catchment that's waiting to be hooked up patiently. I got those from a local brewer. It had spirits in it, so I'm pretty sure it's gonna be okay for us to use that water. Look at all of those peaches. One of my friends on Facebook said, hey, those look like kiwis when they're that small, and they really do. But look, I mean, there's a ton. Matter of fact, there are so many that I'm thinking about pulling a few of them off so that we can have bigger, juicier peaches from the ones that we leave. There's a little bit of a struggle there, because you know Hubs probably will fight me tooth and nail on that one, but we'll see. All right, friends, that's it for right now. I hope you have a blessed day. Be blessed and be a blessing.